I think it's about time to deal with the guy that really tried to get our attention throughout the last episodes that we moved next to him, really. And then we're gonna get on our way to talk to the leisure officer.
You there. Please, I need to speak with you.
Yeah, just like that.
Thank you for speaking with me. I am in need of some assistance, and you look like the capable sort. I am Burlock Lee, one of the miners employed by Czerka to work in the catacombs around Dresh Day. Or at least, that's what I usually do around this time of day. But as I'm sure you're aware of, the incident has changed all that.
Yeah, I would really like to know all about it, though I've got a regular appointment with the boss of the facility to tell me everything I need to know, but what the fuck do you want from me?
When the incident occurred, the miners belonging to the day shift would have been in the catacombs working, whilst those who belonged to the night shift would have been either sleeping in their quarters or up here on the main level in the employee cantina.
Yeah, whatever, that
The
seems to
miners
check
who were
out.
lucky enough to avoid the incident were the ones who came up here to grab themselves an after-work drink. I was one of those lucky few.
Right, so it happened during the day, so obviously the day shift was working. Whoever's finished working was off. We're really figuring out the ins and outs of business proceedings, I guess. Indeed, now what do you want from me? Then your survival has been attributed to chance. What of it? Yeah, you were lucky. So?
The powers that be have been silent on what has happened down in the residential level. They only keep repeating that the incident will soon be resolved, and we can look forward to resuming our shifts. But that's just nonsense. Czerka hasn't even sent anyone down to the residential level yet, choosing instead to completely quarantine it from the rest of the facility. Which means the administrator is either overreacting, or the incident is far more serious than they would lead us to believe. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that have been circling around the facility. They say the workforce down here has been driven insane, that they've started attacking each other for no reason.
I've heard the rumors. Yeah, but is this gonna be available for us to tackle once we deal with the administrator and get all the needing permissions to go in there? I still want to talk to Kobayashi, because he's just standing there in front of closed doors, and I really don't remember how all this is supposed to go. I'm gonna talk to Kobayashi next and see if he's gonna try to get us anywhere. If not, then we'll have a clearer path. Yeah, I've heard about all that.
Disturbing, aren't they? Especially for those, like myself, who are desperate for any news concerning the employees who were trapped down there. But with the lies that the powers keep feeding us, we won't know what has truly happened to them for a long time, if ever. Which is where I need you to come in. I want you to find out if there's any truth to these rumors, because we miners need to know what happened to our friends.
He's like the union leader, investigative guy, reporter, but it was so weird that he talked... Oh, right. Fuck. He talked about... Some of us want to know what happened to the other employees. Do you really? You would want to know what happened to your pals, I guess, but employees? That's just not the word that you should have used in the line. Alright, hold on. Right, so he wants to know what happened to the other miners and shit. Well, you know, for no clear reasons other than maybe seeking no clear reason, really. Is he seeking compensation? Does he really want to know what happened to his friends and not just the other workers? Or what is going on? Where would I find the truth? I will do this for you. I will return when I have found out the truth. Why should I help you? What is in this for me? Yeah, of course, we're not gonna do that for free if you're offering. I mean, you know, you're here. Why aren't you dealing with the problem? Why do I need to risk my neck for whatever you want? Also, people went insane and are attacking each other. That puts me in direct jeopardy and danger. That requires some hazard pay. Also, I wanted to say, there was this accident and he's talking about going back to work, I think. But isn't that how it works? You're there already, contracted. And when you're working, you're working. It's not your fault that the company isn't able to provide you with the work they want you to do. So you're still being paid. If I was in your shoes, let's say, I would want the situation to keep happening or keep not being resolved, so that I can just sit on my ass, collect my check. Right, checks. People are still using checks, actually, apparently. Did you know that? Collect my pay and not worry about much. Right, so of course we're asking for compensation. Where should I help you? What's in this for me?
500 credits and the thanks of every miner within this facility.
Oh, lives of hundreds for 500 bucks again. Again, 3, maybe 4 parts or motherboards for people's lives. Where would I find this? Oh, and we can't haggle. Well, it's 500 one way or another, right? But nah, for risking my life and the life of my fucking sex slave, quite a bit too little. Use force persuade to tell him to chip in, or like collect donations from everyone else, because everyone else is interested in knowing what happened to the other employees, right, and not their friends. Because so they'll chip in if he's looking for with his 500 credits. It might be mean to want him to pay more, but if this is a universal stance people have in the union here, collect more, just chip in more. Everyone's gonna give you 25 bucks, not 10, and it's gonna turn into 750 or something about that. I'm not doing the math right now. Where would I find the truth? I will do this. Where would I find the truth?
Just follow the lies to their source. The administrator is the one responsible for the cover-up. Though I do not know how you would meet with him, as he's recently cancelled all of his scheduled appointments.
Why should I help you? We've already gone over all this. We should have all these dialogues like exhausted. Yeah, maybe this one, since we haven't said that yet, but we've essentially already agreed to the thing. But let's ask again.
500 credit.
Right. I'll be going now.
Please come back soon.
And we don't even get a line in our journal about that. Where would be our journal? This is our journal. Backwater, Bastelacandrus, captured hunter. The captured... Right, this quest still exists. We need to do something about it, otherwise we won't be... Like I talked about castrating, sterilizing all the cages. If you don't do anything, this is like you didn't even know. You couldn't have chosen consciously to leave them to whatever fate they've got. Also, we're still looking for some clues about that. Right. And we still need to get our T3 and 4 in line, because we are not ready to talk to administrator yet. Right, Kobayashi then. Kobayashi. What smart things will he have to say? Those are just lockers.
It's about time you showed, Merglak. Waiting here, waiting for you. I could think of a better way to spend my day.
You should have, I guess. Have you completed this configuration of your device? I still have to make some preparations, I'll be back. Have you completed the configurations of your device?
Of course I have. What do you take me for? The device has been configured to slice into Czerka's systems. I've also attached a biometrics reader to allow you to input your own data to replace the advisors.
But let me guess, there's a problem, right? I have a feeling it didn't go as smoothly as you would have liked. Again, neither of them is either more sarcastic or aggressive. I've got a feeling that seems more passive-aggressive to me, but only to me. Let's go with 2.
The device works perfectly. Better than I expected it would, in
But...
fact. But the problem lies with
there
Czerka's
it is.
terminals. None of them share the same configurations. It's some kind of anti-slicing procedure to make it difficult for guys like me to force my way into more than a single terminal. And since my device can only slice one configuration at a time, you will only be able to access Czerka's systems through a single terminal.
Where is this terminal?
Nearby, in the floor's droid maintenance room. It was the only place I could find that was both free and out of sight, but even that's changed now. It's not going to be a matter of walking in and slicing away anymore. An employee is using the terminal you need, and he doesn't look like he intends to budge anytime soon. One way or another, you're going to have to get him out of the picture. But be warned, this place is already on edge because of the incident. If you walk in there and cause a ruckus, Czerka's gonna be all over you so fast, not even your Jedi skills will see it coming.
Right, talking about Jedi skills, we'll just force persuade him to take a break, because, you know, whatever, right? Inside, you can just say, take a break and he will, but if we really want to dig deep into his brain, to, for some reason, make him scared of us, like the secretary was. She was, again, force persuaded to be afraid for no reason. We can get him out of the picture easily enough. We're not gonna be murdering him. That's not really required. Anything else? Don't worry about him. He will not delay us for long. This could pose a problem. We need to find a way to remove him. Yeah, don't worry about it. He will not delay us for long.
Then take this device. It's the best I could do. Access the terminal, replace the advisor's biometric data with your own, then meet the administrator and convince him to grant you access to the residential level.
Thank you for your help. We appreciate it. This will be sufficient. You are no longer needed, Arcanian. Right, he is no longer needed, is he? I guess. You've outgrown your usefulness. Now, you will have to die.
If there's any truth to the rumors I've been hearing, the crazies down there will tear you a new one long before you ever reach the Corbin Wastes.
You wanna
Watch
bet?
yourself, and watch Sarah. She may seem invincible, but take my word for it, she ain't.
Did you kick your ass? I can take care of myself, Kobayashi. You know this.
This isn't the first time I've heard that from you. Probably won't be the last either. Overconfidence can be a weakness if you let it. Don't make me have to say I told you so.
Goodbye, Kobayashi. We will not meet again.
The third lesson I learned about living on the Outer Rim is never say never. It's a lesson which, I'll admit, I only learned recently.
Right, so there he goes. This is his involvement in the story, apparently. From what they say, you know, no one's ever truly gone. No one's ever really gone. He might come back. I don't remember if he would, but they spend effort into voicing and acting him and making him a unique model. So you'd, again, the video game expectation that he would come back is there, but would they subvert our expectation? I don't know. She says, I can handle myself. He says, yeah, he heard that often, all the time, really, actually. And, well, apparently it's still true since you heard it so many times and she's still alive. I think it's supposed to go like this, in a sense that he kept helping her to survive in these moments where she couldn't. But, I don't know. You could argue that you being able to create, like in KotOR 2, you being able to create allies is your ability, and then it turns them into the extension of your ability rather than you needing help and having someone to help being their goodwill. Essentially taking away their free will, right? Gaia's quest. Right, so he's gonna leave. We've got the device. We need to deal with it here. This is the administrator's office. I want to bring in T3 to try to hack some of the consoles left for some XP, I guess. And we have to deal with the Trandoshan. I don't know if we'll be... I'll do a hard save and we'll see if I'll be able to come back to this place after I deal with whatever's going on the so-called lower levels or whatever. Because maybe we will find some clues. Like, I'm holding this off again. There is nothing to go on about the Trandoshan and his deal here. Kobayashi is leaving, but his droid is staying behind. And he's he's going after all.
Jedi human, I am not the one you should be speaking with. Converse with my master.
Right. This is kind of interesting that the guy that voices Verbal has his microphone a bit spiky. Like he's spiking his microphone. Because, you know, this is some cheap ass droid. Maybe you are blowing his mic. Speakers, actually. No rush for you. How did they let you in again? You are conspicuous. Right, let's not follow him. Right, so, you know, lately, everything seems to be released broken. Like, it's the recent time is this age of broken shit. Damn, there's a lot of security droids here. Well, there's only one. No, wait. There's like a bunch, but there's a lot of droids overall here. That won't do anything. No. We gotta get... well, it pays to be thorough, just like Proxy said. Security droids. Right, shit's been broken lately, right? In media, with the scripts for movies and TV series, that's been going on for quite a while now, but it seems like a sudden, unexpected, massive collapse of everything else. I'll get to it right in a moment. Czerka employee. What is up? What do you want? Can't you see I'm trying to work? I need to use the terminal you're currently working on. Step aside. Now. Never mind. I need to use the terminal you're currently working on. No, I can't just abandon my work. If I was ever found out, there would be grave consequences for me. Just go grab a fucking bottle of water, though it'll be fine, I guess. I'm sure. I assure you, it is of the utmost importance that I gain access to this terminal. You're not even wearing Czerka's uniform to convince him one way or another that you should be getting any access here. Would you be more compelled to move if I gave you some credits? I have no time to spend dealing with imbeciles. Move or you'll be moved. Like, seriously, first thing I came up with before this dialogue came up is Jedi Mind Trick. Why aren't we getting that option right away? Let's try to be diplomatic for now. It's very important that I use this console. I don't think you understand the situation here. No, I don't really. If the administrator discovers that I abandoned my post during a shift, I will be sent down to castigation level, and I don't need that. What the fuck is a castigation level, dude? Oh, hey, we're gonna learn what it is. The castigation level? Yes, the castigation level. It is a place within this facility where employees who fail to meet Czerka's standard are sent to be corrected. You can't do that. I know Czerka is supposed to be an evil corporation, but we already have that. That's exchange. Do we really need another immoral corporation? Like, they're supposed to be the evil capitalism, not the evil empire, but as a corporation. Czerka tortures its own employees, so Czerka tortures its own employees when they aren't working. How inventive. Not Czerka, the Sith, and it was not always like this. The administrator was once respectful to his workforce. What has changed? But when a Sith named Rar approached him a few months ago, speaking of a new way of which motivational problems in employees can be rectified, we needed to persevere. Unity between Czerka and Sith forced him to implement the proposal, right? The need to preserve. Now it is we, the employees, who suffer the consequences. Like, what the fuck are you talking about anyway? Sith didn't want anyone to dig anything in Dresde or around there. They want to deal with it themselves because they know how important that is. Why is Czerka digging out antiques of Sith to sell it right back to Sith? Why do they care how productive they are? That's not their business here, is it? And Czerka is paying the Sith to allow them access to this place in the first place, so they can be as ineffective as they want to. And yeah, Mr. Rar. I guess his foil will be Mr. 7-Zip. Not that I'm sponsored by any of those, in case that needs clarification. How did the Sith get away with this? Well, that's their planet, and Sith as an empire's main force in the galaxy currently, or at least the big one. Like, there are two, right? There's the Empire and the Republic. What I'm trying to say is that Empire is a solid and legitimate force in the galaxy right now. They've got their territories and they've got their laws. They can just make their laws. I find it pitiful that you have allowed this to happen. You deserve to be tortured. Alright. Would that mean that we're gonna torture him right away? Do we need to ask stupid questions to avoid just murdering him? How could that have happened? This is Korriban, the most fortified Sith world in the galaxy. They can do what they want. Yes. Allow me to interrupt Mr. twi'lek's speech. Then we have reached the conundrum. I need to use the terminal that you cede to my wishes. You will be tortured by Sith. I do not care for your tortures, I only desire to use the terminal that you continue to deny me. Right, yeah, such a conundrum. Again, I'm gonna be evil or I'm gonna be good and not do anything about it. Like, what would be required for you to come up with an idea to have both? Like, again, I think, right, because This is supposed to be a dilemma. We're supposed to, I guess, we're supposed to know about this. We can't mind trick him to just step aside and wait a moment. Like, again, are there cameras here? Apparently not, since Trandoshans got caught. And there's nothing proving his innocence or guilt one way or another. They just chucked him in and it's fine. If there's no camera, then just step aside, don't go anywhere. I'll do what I need to do and then you'll go back to work. No harm done. You needed to be told about the issue here, that he can't leave because he'll be tortured. So that you can have that dilemma. If you immediately tricked him to just step aside and wait for 5 minutes, you wouldn't have the conflict to resolve. And like I'm saying, there's no cameras. We can just mind trick him to step aside, or just stand next to me and pretend to work. Again, are we? How are you? How are you controlled? How are you checked what you're doing in your work time? Well then, so we've reached the conundrum. We can't be evil, because tricking him would have been pretty neutral, and we need to figure things out. Might as well, right? Please, I'm sure we can work something out. I have a few friends that are imprisoned on the castigation level as we speak. If you would somehow rescue them, I would gladly step aside for you. But then you'd be tortured. How's this helping anyone? Wouldn't you be then risking your own life? What if the Sith learn of your involvement? I'll gladly rescue your friends from the castigation level for the right price. There will be no negotiations, only death. I can also make us pay, but I want to mock him for his stupid idea first. From castigation level. Where's castigation level? Do we have access to that before we get the console to fake our ID to go to the administrator to let us through? Wouldn't you be risking your life? I don't care. He doesn't care anymore. Alive on Mustafir is no life at all. If you decide to free my friends, we will find a way to escape Czerka and the Sith forever. You ruined all of it. You fucked it all up. I don't care to live or die. Why did you talk about fearing to get into castigation level? Step aside anyway. We'll do whatever we need to be done. You can kill yourself no matter what we're doing here. Just kill yourself. You're willing to die. You fucking blew it. I will free your colleagues from the castigation. In return, I expect you to step aside. Like, at this point, there'll only be death. No, please, not like this, not like this. At this point, there will be no negotiations, only death. Right, do you think we'll find money on him? 2,000 credits, I'll take it. Right, so... yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. I didn't know whether we're gonna find money on him. I don't know how much he proposed. Also, did we get dark side points at all for this? Probably not. I don't know how much he would propose. He would offer, really. He would offer to us for the help. We couldn't have gotten back to the option where we say we'll do it for the money. So that's a blow. And yeah, he's gonna get killed for trying anyway. Since they'll know, apparently, regardless. So death's death. We get the money, he gets the death. And he didn't care anyway. Not like this, not like this. Well, you could have asked then instead. Asked me to kill you, right? Because it's like sacrifice again with some religious morality or ethics, more like some religious ethics. You can't kill yourself. Well, you can't kill yourself because this is an some usurpation or like something that you take the rights of a god for yourself. And since God made you, He's got the right to destroy you and not yourself. So that's like taking rights away from God, and you can't be doing that now, can we? Can you? Though the Pope said that you can kill yourself now, so this shouldn't be an issue for you if you're Catholic specifically, or any religion that listens to the Pope in Vatican. So there's that. But you know, the trick to that is, again, like in Constantine, in the movie specifically, where Constantine cut his wrists to bleed out and to sacrifice his life for someone else. To get brought to hell, right? For Rachel Weisz, or Rachel Weisz, right? So she doesn't go to hell. So he's supposed to be taken for, and you know, Constantine already sinned very hard and was bound to go to hell. So he devoted his life to chase away demons. All right, if I need to hack this, I'm gonna need T3. System loading loaded. Use Kobayashi's device to slide the system. Oh, it will just slice the system. Access a list of administrators and appointments. Match is found awaiting user response. A list of the current appointments. We've just clicked that. Kuel Harson Alendu Kae. Alright, that's 2 people. Advisors for residential level incident. Hanib Al, catering contract. That's funny, right? Deacon Degana. Sarah Degana. Administrative application cancelled. Do you think that will come up? Probably not. Yanso Hanik. Is that supposed to be funny? Service compliant. Yanso Hanik. No, I don't get it. And I don't know about Deacon Degana. Access biometric information for Cool Harson Allen Duque. They're both males coming up with the woman. That's probably... Well, again, you can identify as whoever you want, so that won't be an issue in this progressive futuristic society, now will it? But then again, gene therapy probably, and being able to just... If you identify as a man, you can just undergo the surgery easily, I would think, with the medical progress of the Star Wars universe. So you wouldn't come up looking as like a woman if you feel like a man. Replaced by for Hua with Toric with shadows. Well, we have to do both. Why is this separate? Of course, pick myself first. Change my enter command. Then this. Great. Log out. Fantastic. Ethics killing yourself. What did I say? All right, Constantine. So he devoted his life to chasing away demons in hopes that God will recognize his sacrifice or devotion to be saved from hell. But that's egoistic, right? So he can't go to heaven for sending the demons back to hell, and not doing that just for the sake of people pestered by the demons. That wasn't enough. He was still deemed to get fucked, essentially. Elevator control. Are we still supposed to go to the right? Because it goes castigation residential. Can we just go there? Right. Well, we're doing a leisure officer first anyway, so we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna fucking use the elevator and check out castigation levels and such. Go as far as we can without triggering the main quest. Right. So he couldn't go to heaven. But at the end of the movie, he slit his wrists to sacrifice himself for Rachel's character, and that was good enough. That, like, the devil himself in the form of Peter Stormare came over. Are you special? Finally, you're here. I was beginning to... oh, right. Oh, right. Fuck, that's a bit early. I was beginning to think you wouldn't show. Come on, we have an appointment to attend. I hope your friend is ready to deliver one hell of a dancing performance, because rumor has it that the leisure officer is a cold, and they come with... as they come when evaluating the talent. Right, I was supposed to be sleazy with this guy, somewhat. So he sacrificed himself, and Peter Stormare, the devil, came over and said, well, you're dying, but it's a sacrifice, your soul is mine. No, God, you can't take him to heaven, he's mine. So the devil decided to cure his cuts and cure his lung cancer, because also Constantine was smoking heavily. John Constantine, like John Wick, smoking heavily. So he cured his cancer, cured his slit wrists, and made him live again so that God doesn't get the soul just yet, to give him more time to sin again, to end up in hell. Right. That happened. So sacrifice, right? You can sacrifice your soul to go to heaven. Sacrifice, selfless sacrifice specifically, to go to heaven. So yeah, I'll take the burden. I will take the blame for murdering you so that you can go to heaven. You can ask me to kill you if you don't want to go out like this. But yeah, like I said, I'll do it for the money, then I'll kill him anyway. Right, this is our headcanon that I'll do it for the money anyway, and I'll just ritualistically murder this twi'lek on his terms, essentially. We're not ready, give us a moment to prepare. Then hurry up, I don't want to be late. Right, better late than delayed. And you're supposed to be wearing some naughty clothes. Let's save before it turns out that they are very naughty. That's very red, that's the muscle suit. twi'lek's dance costume, right? Skill persuade plus 10. She can't use persuade anyway. But I can. Because, well, if I was a woman character. Cheaply made dancing costume likely originated from Narshada. Cheaply made as well. Right, you're putting that on. And it's hardly any different than what we were wearing already. She even has stockings. Yeah, worth it.
Yes?
Right, broken things. So, just to cap it off before we end it for today. Shit was coming out broken. The first thing that came out was hardware, actually. Nvidia's graphics card, where they released the cards in not the best order. Where they released, I think they released the best ones and then they released the worst ones, which were cheaper but also were better or something like that. So that was trash. Then Sony finally woke up to the fact that if they released games on PCs, the PC crowd will buy games that they didn't have access to before. So Sony can earn money off of PlayStation console games again. And what do you think? Did they do that because of the fact that it's a pro-consumer move that will help with their relationship and show that the company can do something good? Or did they do that because of the fucking greed? Of course it was greed. Sony noticed that earns money, so they're doing it now. And they started porting games. They ported Last of Us Part 1. It was broken and unoptimized. Very recently, Jedi Survivor, right? Because it was Jedi Fallen Order Survivor, Star Wars Jedi. Well, the game is Jedi Survivor one way or another. I don't. It's got like 10 fucking subtitles. I don't remember them. So it's Jedi Survivor now, right? Sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. That came out broken and unoptimized. All before that, GTA. Rockstar decided to push their first 3D trilogy of non-HD trilogy off to the Grove Street developers to make a remake in Unreal Engine. And that came out broken and unoptimized. Just broken, actually. Just broken. So that came out. Then Jedi Survivor. Then, very recently, Redfall came out. That's, of course, broken and unoptimized. Before all that, also, in addition, Cyberpunk 2077, which is broken and unoptimized. Very recently as well, motherboards and processors are being released that burn themselves up, both the board and the processor, and they're broken now, right? This is coming out. Everything is coming out broken, and you keep buying this shit, and no one's taking any clue, because they think they're gonna sneak in the deal if they buy the broken thing for less, because it's likely to be broken, and if you spend very little because someone wants to get rid of it, you'll score the good one, and everyone thinks it's that. They'll be the lucky one. That's how, again, that's why lotteries actually exist. So everyone thinks they're winning the lottery and buying the tickets, and no one's winning the lottery other than one guy. And you keep buying those items. The companies thinks it's okay because there's still a market for it. They keep making it broken, and shit is still broken. You're not voting with your wallet. You shouldn't vote. You shouldn't have rights to vote. There we go. Capitalism and democracy destroy in one fell swoop. So everything is broken and unoptimized. And we just... Again, as an individual, it's hard to do. You can't really unionize as consumers, can you? You can file a class action lawsuit, and it's it's not that it will result in you earning a lot of money off of the lawsuit like you would if you were a private single individual suing the company, but this should be combated in two ways. The penalty should be so large that the company actually will consider doing things right. That would maybe impede their ability to produce, so that, you know, it's a punishment for them fucking around with the consumers. And second, with as much money they would be charged in penalties, consumers who got scolded by what they've done would actually get a good compensation. And that's how I see all things going on right now. So, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video I've got on my channel, preferably by watching and sharing it with others. And if you don't like them, it's entirely your fault.